Hi, Mary from Reviewer's Diary. I was just going to put on my makeup and film a video, and then I thought, why don't I pull out my new stuff that I've had sitting here forever, since before I started the last 30-day no-buy, which is now officially over, but not for me. I'm going to stay on a no-buy as much as I can. Although I did last night, since no-buy was over, I did purchase the Cover FX custom cover drops. Not easy to pick out your color. So anyway, I think I got mine in G20. I do have warm complexion, which is one of the reasons that my gray hair didn't work for me. I thought that maybe I'll do a get ready with me with some of the new products that have been sitting in my bottom drawer of my vanity waiting to be tried. I purchased them well over a month ago. I'll see if I can find my haul video and put it up here. Unfortunately, I already did this, so I might have to use a cleansing wipe to take this off. Or perhaps I'll just leave it. It's a little bit on the yellow side on me today, especially for some reason. Why do my under eyes look so yellow? I don't know. It's not usually yellow looking, so I don't know if it's like not mixing well with the eye cream I used or what. But I'm gonna get my stuff out of the bottom drawer of my Alex, and I'll be right back. So I have a whole lot of stuff, including the last two Birchboxes. By the way, I did rejoin Birchbox. I'm an idiot. But anyway, I had purchased these. I got in trade. These are pure products. One of them is a cheek stain. But I had purchased a whole bunch, and I got this in trade also. It's an eyebrow thing. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know that I want to try it on film because I do have other videos to film. But anyway, I did purchase all this stuff. I think I'm going to leave my under eyes as is, and I'm going to keep this in this box. I figured I would keep them in this box in the bottom of my vanity until I use them, and then I would put them into the general circulation. Now, I did buy this foundation because I remembered using it in the past and really, really liking it. Didn't like the little brush it came with, but we could always give that another try. You know, it says that it's a contouring kit, but it's really got a color that's very much like a blush. It's got a very light bronzer there, and it's got a highlight. So I don't think it's contour. And I also bought this spray that is a prep spray. So I think I'll use this prep spray. I'll use this set. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this because I always liked it in the past, and when I had it before, it did make a fairly seamless coverage. The only issue is the little brush. I don't know if they've improved it, made it softer or whatever, so I'm not sure, but I'm going to open that as well. So let's see if there's anything else I can open. I already did my under eyes. That was a mistake. And I got a butter lipstick because I love these. It's NYX butter, so I'm gonna open that as well. So I have 3 foundations in here for you to choose from for my next Get Ready With Me or Foundation Friday. So let me know, I'm gonna hold this up. Let me know if there's any particular thing that you really want me to use in my next Get Ready With Me or my next Foundation Friday. So I'm going to put that back in the drawer because what I'm trying to do so that I don't forget to use stuff is I'm keeping things separate that I haven't used yet, keeping them in the packaging and putting them in the bottom drawer of my Alex cabinet. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this primer. I'm going to put on my glasses so I can read this stuff to you because it might help. Physicians Formula Argan Wear, and this is Argan Coconut Primer, 2-in-1 coconut water primer. And it says that it is a multitasking primer, toner, moisturizer, toner, primer, brightener, and protector. Huh. So I guess you could actually use this not just as a primer for your makeup, but also as a step in your skincare. I did pick out the color Light. Now, Physicians Formula Light is my perfect color. So this is Youthful Wear Spotless Foundation, SPF 15, and it reduces the appearance of spots by 67%. I have enough of those. And it's instant spotless coverage in a weightless foundation. So okay, we've got the primer and we've got a foundation. This I was gonna save for Foundation Friday, but since I'm using it in a Get Ready With Me, you know, it's obviously not really going to be a Foundation Friday. And I'm gonna use this Bronze Booster Shimmer Strobing Highlight Contour Palette. But look at the colors. This is like a brick color. And by the way, there are two versions. One of them is a matte version. And the matte version, the colors are like nice, but they're not quite as different. They're like much more like different shades of tan. So this has a red in it that actually can work, I think, as a blush. And this Butter lipstick, what color are you? It's color BLS 17. And it's Root Beer Float. So I'm going to be putting this lipstick on. Okay, now I've already done my under eye, which I said at the beginning of this video, which I kind of regret doing because if I knew I was going to do a Get Ready With Me, I wouldn't have. Alright, so obviously I have to start first with the primer. It's one of those things I often forget to put on. And it looks like here's the coconut water probably. Then I think there's argan oil is probably the rest. But if you can see how it looks real light on the bottom, well, it looks clear to me. So I know that, you know, I usually fly by the seat of my pants, but I'm sure the instructions say to shake this before you use it. And now it's like a milky color. The bottle is shaded, and that's like paint. So okay, so now I'm going to just spray this on. It sprays heavy. And I'm just going to pat it in. Feels good. The overriding scent of it is not coconut. Okay, now this foundation. I think I have better brushes, but I will test out this little brush first and see how I feel about it. I know from experience with this that you put a couple of drops in the brush. The brush feels kind of soft. It's awfully small though. It actually feels quite soft. And so now I'm going to put this Spotless foundation on in the color Light. And just like anything that's very liquid like this is, you want to make sure that you shake it really well. That's pretty nice and it's very watery, which is what it's supposed to be. Now I know there are a lot of water foundations and light foundations like this out on the market, so I thought it would be good to try this again just because I know there are a lot of you who want to stay cruelty free, and this is cruelty free, and you can see it's sort of like soaked into the brush. This is the color Light, so I'm not positive that it's going to match me. I think I had light medium in the past, but anyway, I'm going to start by dotting a little bit on my forehead. I think this stuff dries pretty fast, so ha ha ha, yeah, it's dark. But since I have that spray on, this is very easy for me to just spread. Wow. So I'm not sure whether using my hands might be a better method for this. So, and this little brush is like a joke, so I'm just gonna try dotting this on with my fingers and then spreading with a brush. So I'm just taking a little drop on my finger here. Oops, dropper's empty. I don't think you need very much, and so I don't want to spread too much on. I can always add. I know it's buildable because I've had this foundation in the past, and really liked it. So, in spite of the fact that it looked really dark when I first put it on my forehead, it is really not that dark. It's really kind of like a nice workable coverage for me, and a nice color. So yeah, I guess this is okay, because so far so good. I guess this is gonna end up being a good one for me. I don't feel dried out. I don't feel, my skin doesn't feel tight. It has in the past with these types of makeups, so it doesn't feel tight, doesn't feel uncomfortable at all. Okay, so the next product I'm going to open, now that we've opened 2 of the 4, is the bronze booster. But first I need to put a little setting powder on, because I feel like this kind of needs it. Alright, so now I have my entire base on, and I'm going to go ahead and open this, and we'll give this a try. Here is the Physicians Formula Trio. And oh wow, it's got a brush down there, a pretty nice one. Okay, so here, this is actually really nice, but this feels a little bit weak, like if you bend it back too far you'll break it. But underneath, like, let that fall forward, is this big beautiful brush. So maybe I will use that brush. We'll see how that goes. I don't usually use the brushes that come with things, but this is like pretty nice and soft, so I think I'll definitely use it. Alright, so I'm going to go with the lightest color first, and that's going to be the highlighter. Normally I use different brushes, but since I'm going to be using this one exclusively, I'm going to go straight for the highlighter first, and then the blush, and then the bronzer. So let's just put that right there. And yeah, that's like, whoa, turbo. Wow, that is like in your eye. So this may not be the right brush for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the brush for, I'm finding the brush like a little difficult to use. I want to manage this properly, and I'm having a little trouble doing that with this brush. Oh yeah, yeah, that's, gotta rub some of that off, because it's like in your eye highlighter. If you're going out to a bar or out to dinner or somewhere where it's going to be dark, you may or may not want to use this. Now, I'm not liking this brush for the bronzer, so I'm going to use it now for the blush, and then I'm going to just switch over to a big fluffy brush for yeah, I don't like the brush for anything, actually. Okay, yeah, I'm not really liking it at all, not for anything, but the color is laying down really nicely. It's just really intense, and when they say strobe, they are totally not kidding. So I'm going to put this brush back down here, because I'll play with it a little bit more in the future, but for now I just want to put on a little bit of this middle color, which is kind of like a light, very light bronzer, which is what works for me as a person. And so I'm just gonna lay some of that down with my favorite fluffy bronzer brush, and I use this most of the time for bronzer and blush. I have lots of brushes, but for some reason I keep going back to this one, and this one I believe is a crown brush, but I'm not positive. I think it is, could be. I think it came in a crown brush set that I bought on Haute Look long ago. So I like this, but I don't love it, and it's definitely, the brush that comes with it puts too much color down. So a fluffier brush will definitely work a lot better with this product. Alright, so the The rest of my makeup is going to just come straight from my drawers, and I'm going to go ahead and use my NYX Nude on Nude palette. I've been working very heavily on a couple of these colors in here, and so I'm going to go ahead and keep using them. So I'm using up one of these little Urban Decay primers, and I just stroke it on with my fingers. I know some people get out the whole brush and dog and pony show, but I don't. So there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on, and I'm going to put it in the inner area and the upper, my upper eyelid area, just to brighten that whole area up, which really definitely helps, because this is like the darkest part of my eye. Okay, so the next color I'm going to use is this peachy color, just to stroke all over the lower eyelid. This is one of the other colors I'm trying to use up quickly, so that's why. Okay. Now, I've been using a bluish gray in here, but I do see that there's a really pretty green, and so I think I'm going to take that and apply that. And that's going on really light. So I might make that like more lid and not so much crease, because I need a darker crease color. I know some artists, makeup artists, and some people in general who are not necessarily makeup artists, but are, you know, really into makeup, a lot of times put the crease color down first. I don't do that. I don't feel like it is going to really help me that much. Alright, so now that I kind of laid that down as a little bit more color, I'm going to put a little bit more dimension down. So I'm going to use a color that, I hate to use something I haven't used yet, because you never know how it's going to look, but I have a few colors here that I really like, and I'm going to put this gold color in the middle of my eyelid. Now, I think you can still buy this palette. I think you have to look on Amazon for it. I really do like it, and it's got lip colors in it too, which I don't think I included in the Pan That palette, but I may have. I haven't been using them, so that's why I say. Okay, so now I need a darker color, and this one is really pretty. And I'm just going to put that in the outer corner here. You know, it's hard to do a perfect makeup job when the mirror is so far away, so I think I have to pick it up and bring it over to me. This is like super, super, super light, the lightest color, and so I'll put that there and there. Okay. Did the best I could. With the mirror so far away, it's kind of challenging. So, I get a blending brush. This is a, I think it's a Vasanti. Yes, it is. And this came in an Ipsy bag, or it came in a BoxyCharm, not even sure. I have a couple of Vasanti brushes. I've never bought one. I would, because they're cruelty free, but I've never had to, and so, yeah. Okay, so I do have kind of a dark eye thing going here. Darker than I intended. I think I will stroke a little bit of this. For some reason my under eye still looks a little yellow. So I'm going to stroke a little bit of this under my eye. I don't know why that Tarte Shape Tape looks so yellow today. I don't remember it looking yellow in the past. Okay. Doing the best I can, but I'm kind of feeling like a total failure with the makeup today. Let's see. I did find that I had another one of these little Cella eyebrow pencils. For a while they were given away in like every box I got, and I really love these, but I think this is my last one. So I'll just put a little bit of eyebrow pencil in here. I do this mainly just to darken the area a little bit. I do like the taupe color that this is. I use this little gel pencil that I got. This is a Marc Jacobs black eyeliner pencil. It does wind up and down, so I won't have to sharpen it. It'll just like run out. So I've liked it so far, but I don't know if Marc Jacobs is cruelty free or not. So yeah, I'm not sure. I would have to investigate. This was one of those gifts from, I think it was Sephora, and I don't know if it was a birthday or what it was, but it was like a Sephora gifty thing. So it's like a gel pencil. I'm not liking the way it works on the lower eyelid though, so I'm going to pull out a pencil that is also one I'm trying to use up, and that is this Elizabeth Arden pencil. It's a brown pencil, and I do really like this on. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that my favorite cosmetics line is Elizabeth Arden, and I was an Elizabeth Arden wearer for years and years and years. But when I decided to go cruelty free, I found that Elizabeth Arden is selling in China, and so I just can't buy any more of the stuff. So if I get it as a gift though, I've been using it. Alright, so I also have this it's a stick that makes your skin look dewier and it doesn't have any color, but you know, it might soften that highlight down a little bit. Now I have this Grande eyelash primer, and so I'm going to use that. I've been trying to use up a lot of these little things that have been around for a while. I'm not sure that this does anything, but I could use all the help I can get today. So yeah, so I'm going to stroke this on and hopefully it'll make my eyelashes look better. Okay, so let that set for a minute, and I'm going to put on my lip color, which is going to be this butter lipstick. But first I do want to put an eyeliner. I do want to put a lip liner on, and I think this is a pretty close match. So I'm going to use this Lord & Berry lip liner. That's a pretty nice color actually. Now for the lipstick. So it looks a little redder than I thought it would be. So now my lip line looks a little bit dark, so I'll have to fix that later. So I do like this. It's really, butter is an appropriate name for it because it feels buttery on. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to put on is mascara. Now I've been using this Tarantino mascara. The packaging is very heavy, so it's hard to tell whether it's how much product it still has, but the brush is still coming out fairly moist. So I think I have a little bit more time with this, which I'm not crazy about this, but it was, I'm sure, very expensive. I didn't buy this, it came in a box, and so probably a BoxyCharm. And so I leave all of my mascaras completely closed until I use them, because you know the clock starts ticking when you take it out, and once you pull that wand out. So ladies, if you have, unless you're planning to use the mascaras you get in boxes, don't pull the brushes out, because the second the brush hits air, the clock starts to tick. And mascara is good for about 3 months. Okay, so that is that. That is my get ready with me. I'm going to be taping a few videos, and what we use today is we use this primer, water spray, and this Youthful Wear Spotless. So we use these two. This I think is not going to be one of those things that lasts a long time, because it's already down just from me using it. And we also used this lipstick and this contour. So it, you know, the makeup looks pretty good. The only problem is that the brush that comes in this set is kind of like a little bit it doesn't stroke on light enough. Like, I think next time I would use one of my lightest fan brushes I have a couple of really skinny ones to stroke on a little bit of the highlight. So I hope you've enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. I'm going to be taping today, so you'll see the shirt 2 more times. I'll also today be taping a Squix unboxing and a Battle of the Soap Bar, so a beginning. So thank you very much for watching. This has been Mary with Reviewer's Diary, and thanks again. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed yet, subscribe. There'll be a big giant head that shows up. If you click on that, you can subscribe. Or if you've seen the little picture of me down in the corner, that's also a subscribe button. And it does not necessitate you coming out of the video to subscribe. It opens like a separate subscribe page. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. This has been Mary with Reviewer's Diary. And that's it for me for today. I will be back with 2 more videos that I hope you'll enjoy. Thank you and have a beautiful evening. Good night.